Google Hangouts has been sucking dick lately. Piece of
live.
shit. Just like Periscope. Oh, okay, cool.
Hey, welcome to Keyboard Warriors, brought to you by a swearing Mexican and a hippie and a guy who's getting less fat every week. Welcome to the show, motherfuckers.
Yeah. What up, everybody? Obviously, not a lot going on in MMA last week, unless you were watching Bellator and you enjoy watching Thompson fuck over some dude that shouldn't really be fighting. Thompson. Anyway, so we're going to talk about the events this weekend. We got 3 cards. First one on Thursday night, UFC Fight Night 80, only on Fight Pass, is headlined by Rose Namajunas against Paige Van Zandt. And we're going to go through the cards, but we're actually going to go a little different. We're not going to go through every single fight. We're going to go through some chosen fights because, well, Fred, why don't you explain what you want to do with your little game here?
Okay, so first off, let me just gauge your guys' interest on this. So Thursday, there's a pretty big card. Friday, there's a pretty big card. And then Saturday is arguably the biggest card of the year. 3 cards all in a row. I think this is the first time that the UFC has done something of this magnitude. Before I get into our cute little bet for those 3 days worth of fights, how stoked are you for all these good fights, like in a row? Is it fucking awesome or what? Early Christmas?
Look, I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of it, man. I like having these, I think we've had this once before where it was like, well, it was more like a Friday-Saturday thing. It wasn't Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But I enjoy it because I get my fill of MMA, and then if nothing happens the next week, I don't give a fuck because I'm kind of MMA'd out by the time Sunday comes along, right? But especially when it ends with such a big event like Saturday.
Yeah, you know what? If it was 3 events that didn't end with Saturday, I'd be like, okay, this is too much. But because of the payoff on Saturday, yeah, it's going to be a good weekend.
Okay, exactly. It's going to be a great weekend. We got 3 fucking nights, all kinds of good shit lined up. So we're going to take the most notable fights from all these cards, and we are all going to break them down and give our predictions on who we think will win those fights. Now, the shitbird of the 3 of us, whoever comes up in the bottom gets the fucking least amount of fights right, is going to suffer some horrible fate. We do not know said fate yet, and if you're watching the show, you can tweet in with ideas for the loser. But whoever comes in third is getting fucked in a major way, so this shit actually counts. So do your research and pick wisely, cocksuckers.
I don't even know what kind of shit we're going to do, man.
It's going to be bad, I'm telling you. You're like going to have to do the shirt topless, Eddie, with fucking nipple piercings or something. It's going to be rough.
Nipple piercings, motherfucker.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
Bastard. Anyway, all right. Well, let's get started then. Right away with UFC Fight Night 80. Like I said, first fight that we're gonna be, betting on. Aljamain Sterling versus Johnny Eduardo. Aljamain Sterling, obviously a guy that wanted to fight Brian Caraway, and not Johnny Eduardo, but Eduardo who stepped up, hasn't fought that often, and is somehow ranked number 10. So kind of a weird fight. Kind of weird to see him get jumped up in rankings. But I'll pick first, man. I'm going to go with Aljamain Sterling in this one. Younger, more skilled, and isn't as rusty as Johnny Eduardo, who fights once every 2 years, it seems.
Yeah, they're giving this to Aljamain to let him break into the top 10. Kid's got a hell of a squeeze. He's a good fighter. Very, very good athlete. I think this will be a blowout for Aljamain.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Johnny Eduardo a really good striker? I think he's even like maybe I may be mistaken, but
define really good, like really good, like Ronda Rousey was a good striker.
No, I think I may be mistaken. I think he's like the Muay Thai coach for a prominent gym. I think he's a very good striker. Like, didn't he snuff out somebody in his last fight? I may have the wrong guy here, but I think he might be a bit of a one-trick pony. But listen,
I couldn't tell you, man. Like what Ed said, he fights so infrequently. I can't remember his last fight.
Exactly.
If it's the same guy I'm thinking about, he's a very talented striker, but I think that's kind of his strong suit too, and I think he might be a bit long in the tooth.
I'll tell you this is my guesstimation. If Aljamain gets touched, he's going to bring Eduardo down to the ground and squeeze his neck till he taps.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's the thing. If it's the guy I think it is, he's dangerous on his feet, but Aljamain is way too fucking creative and athletic, and he definitely has a good enough striking to get by with Ray Longo and those guys. So
anybody but Eddie Gordon coming out of the Longo Sarah camp, I've got a lot of faith in.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, what the fuck? we all know the guys from Tough. I'm just waiting for Corey Anderson to start fucking up more. Tired of his goddamn shit.
And by the way, Johnny Eduardo, most of his losses are by submission. 7 submission losses, 2 decisions.
All right, we got a ton of fights. So Eduardo lost. Aljamain.
Yeah. We're all going Aljamain on this one.
Moving on. Kevin Casey versus Antonio Carlos Jr. Kevin Casey, obviously, Came back after that year off from getting caught with whatever the fuck he took. And then he wanted some boring decision against Alcantara. Carlos Zapata, whatever, Antonio Carlos Jr. from Tough Brazil.
Was that Shoeface?
Shoeface, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm picking Shoeface.
Yeah, I'm going with Shoeface as well. Kevin Casey's very.
I am too, actually. I like Shoeface. He's actually got some upside, and I think he dropped the weight, if I'm not mistaken, too. So I think that dude's got a little bit of promise to him, actually.
All right,
come on, his nickname is fucking dope.
Well, it's original.
He digs it. He digs it. It's like an insult, but he's like, yeah, I'm fucking Shoeface. Suck it.
All right, next fight: Tim Means, the Dirty Bird versus John Doomsday Howard. Dirty Means is kind of a zombie kind of guy, right? Just walks forward the whole time. And John Howard hits hard, but he gasses out. So I hate to do it. I'm going Tim Means on this one.
Yeah, I'm picking the Dirty Bird. I think that he will be able to weather the early storm and get past Doomsday. It might end up being a decision. I'm thinking decision. Yeah. I don't think Tim Means takes him out, but I think he weathers the first round and wins the second two, something like that. That'd be my guess.
All right, Kirby.
I think that John Howard doesn't really string together combinations very well, man. He punches hard, but he kind of seems like he's always swinging for the home run. And Tim Means, on the opposite fucking hand, actually does string together combinations pretty well. He's got some nasty knees, and I actually think he'll finish John Howard late in the second or in the third round.
Okay, so
this is starting off fucking good.
We're a gigantic kumbaya. Nobody's doing shit. We're all coming in third.
All right, so none of us are gonna lose. Either none of us are gonna lose, or we're all gonna lose.
Potomac Nuggets, and then of course Fred, king of the world.
That them.
So Fred's fate of the man bun and the beard could possibly be on one fight.
Hey, the bun's not on the line, Jack. We'll get some shit straight on that.
All right, next fight: Elias Theodoro versus Thiago Santos. Theodoro, probably the best hair in the UFC. With all due respect to Mr. Kenflo. But the Spartans coming off a win over Roger Narvaez, a second-round TKO in March of this year. Meanwhile, Thiago Santos, I think he's coming off a loss, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's coming off a win against Steve Boss. Knockout, head kick knockout. I'm going with Theodoro on this one. I just think he's more skilled, the more skilled fighter.
I am too, and I'll tell you why. He got his shit together for this fight. I don't know, he's been posting. He is in good shape again. He doesn't have any of that man chub.
Yep.
And right now, Theodoro doesn't know how to lose. His opponent does. So I think he's going to continue with his undefeated streak. Because I think they're grooming him.
I seen what English tweeted. Fuck him. and I'm down with that. Whatever, that's fine. I agree with you guys, though. I think Theodore's going to win this. I think he's actually pretty talented. I don't know exactly how much upside he has, but I think this is definitely his fight to lose for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Next fight here is we're up to the we're not co-main, one of the, I guess you could call it the honorary co-main. Sage Northcutt against Cody Pfister. Cody Pfister been talking a lot more shit than Sage Northcutt. Sage Northcutt, a super yes sir, no sir, super clean Mormon wannabe type of guy. Coming off a straight murking of Francisco Trevino via TKO in the first round. Mind you, you could argue it stopped a little early, but
you could have argued that they could have thrown a fucking stuffed teddy bear in there and it would have been harder for him to beat than that shit bird.
That's very true. Cody Pfister, meanwhile, he's kind of he's a hard guy to take out. I think
he's a hard guy to take seriously,
and to take seriously as well. He kind of talks like a fucking like a serial killer in my opinion. But beat Yosef Cedeno in July via decision. I don't. We might start differing here. I'm going with Cody Pfister just because I'm kind of sick of Sage Northcutt. But I'm going with Pfister on this one, man.
I'm going with Sage because I don't think that Eric Silva would make a mistake this early in the grooming of Mr. Northcutt.
Okay.
Yeah. Sage Northcutt is meant to win this fight, and Eddie, you are fucking up big time with that decision. I get it. I would love to pick Mr. Pfister, but I think they are definitely bringing him in to lose. I don't know exactly how great Mr. Sage Northcutt is, but I'm pretty sure he's going to put his fist in Pfister.
I think we're in for a boring ass fight, and Pfister's going to win it. All right. Next up, Jim Miller against Michael Chiesa. Jim Miller, of course, has been around for fucking ever. Might only be 32 years old, but he's got a lot of miles on him. Coming off a win over Danny Castillo via a split decision in July. And Michael Chiesa is one of those annoying dudes from Tough, a Tough winner. and he's coming off a win over Mitch Clark. Before that, he lost TKO in the second round to Joe Lozon. I want to go with Chiesa because he's younger. And I think Jim Miller is just going to kind of bore us to a win a little bit. So I'm going to take Jim Miller on this one.
Listen, Chiesa's cute, but he's a one-trick pony. What the fuck? What is it? His rear naked? Is that what he's got?
It's kind of all he's got at this point.
Yeah, he's got a nice little rear naked, which he will not get on Jim Miller. Jim Miller may be a bit long in the tooth, but I think that he's got plenty enough grappling fucking accoutrement to keep him from getting rear naked by fucking Michael Chiesa.
The word you're looking for is acumen.
Acumen. Thank you, Mr. Fucking English major. There you go.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that his ring pedigree will be too much for I like to cry after every fight, Michael Chiesa.
He'll be crying after this one, Jack.
Yeah. Cutmaster tweeting over on the Keyboard Warriors Twitter saying Cody is my boy. So.
Who said that?
Cutmaster. How do you say her name?
Figure it out.
Henry? I don't know.
No, the Cutmaster.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, sweetie, but he's getting fisted.
What did you didn't put an N in there, did you, Fred?
No.
What did you call her?
Oh, of course not. Well, fucking gentlemen, how dare you?
Oh shit!
Hey, and I'm sorry, because she's a sweetheart. But this show isn't about friends; it's about who's going to win, and Cody's not meant to win this fight.
Yeah. So wait, are we all going Jim Miller then? Nobody's going Chiesa?
Aaron, did you pick Miller?
Yeah, Jim Miller.
All right, we're up to the main event. Obviously, Thug Rose against Paige Van Zandt. A lot of people are picking Paige Van Zandt, and I'm not convinced. I think Thug Rose is going to find a way to survive the first couple rounds and get some kind of submission in the third. I'm going with Thug Rose.
I have never been as impressed with Rose Namajunas as most people. I think that Paige Van Zandt and her strange, aggressive energy is going to be too much. I think she's going to knock her around for the first couple of rounds, and we'll see that Rose wilts. She doesn't. I don't think she weathers the storm. You remember the emotional problems that she had during Tough?
True.
I think if somebody busts her lips enough, she's going to be like Ronda Rousey and just be like, oh, I'm getting my ass kicked. And that's the end of that shit.
Kirby.
Well, there you go, big baby. The kumbaya is fucking over. I think that Paige Van Zandt is fucking kind of shite on her feet, and I do not think that her pressure game will work against Rose. I think that Rose's grappling is low-key kind of slick, and I think she's just got enough experience that she's going to overwhelm Paige Van Zandt. I do not. Matter of fact, not only do I think that Rose will win, but I think Paige Van Zandt will look a bit like Ronda looked in the title fight. I think that after her heavy aggression does not work and she gets stuck on her feet, she's going to get lit the fuck up and not know what to do. Second round TKO. Rose Namajunas.
All right. Okay, Andrew Reed tweeted over. What?
Wrong.
Whatever. Andrew Reed says Rose.
Why would you say TKO for Rose? She's not a striker.
I know, but I think that Paige sucks. I think Paige is when has fucking Paige ever threw a correct punch?
Get the fuck out of here.
She's a wild chick. When she goes in to punch, it's always wild. There's like no precision to her striking.
Get the fuck out of here.
You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah, I won't see shit. I'll see you without that stupid fucking beard.
Ooh, all right. Now we're getting started.
Let's move on to Tough 22 now that we got done with Fight Night 80.
I thought we were going to deal with this fucking Tough 22 cocksucking bullshit.
Oh, there's still a card there. We're not dealing with none of the... we don't even know who's in the finale yet, but there's still some fights on the card there, young blood. All
right, first fight, Jason Knight against Tatsuya Kawajiri. I know fuck all about Jason Knight other than he's going to be new to the UFC. And Kawajiri's been in the UFC for, a couple fights. Wins over Dennis Seaver, Sean Soriano, and lost to Clay Guida.
The fucking Crusher, baby.
I don't know, man. Who you got on that one? I'm trying to make up my mind here.
Who's fighting? You know what? I'm going to be watching this card like this.
Hey, man. It's Kawajiri. He's the fucking Japanese Crusher. He's a beast. Fuck that new guy.
I don't give a shit if it's fucking Shoki the Demon Queller. I don't give a shit.
Well, pick the other guy then, smart guy. Pick the newcomer.
Hey, I've been having complaints that the logo is over my sexy face.
Complaints or
No, it's complaints. My face is getting thinner. People want to see it, motherfucker.
Fucking, we got a couple tweets here. Mike Jarvis says, I'm with Aaron on Paige vs. Rose. Adam says, Fred is dead on about Rose. Uh-oh. We're splitting the masses here. Jason Knight has a lot of wins via submission, but they're all against, he fought in Atlas Fights and Titan FC. And Kawajiri is a tough dude. Fucking, I don't know, man. I'm going to go with Kawajiri just based off of experience, which I'm not very safe with.
Let's go. We got more important shit to talk about.
Fred, who are you going with?
Kawajiri, come on, of course.
So everyone's going Kawajiri. Okay.
JMMA.
All right. Moving on. Mike Pierce is Ryan LaFleur. Ryan LaFleur is Ryan LaFleur, and Mike Pierce hasn't fought since Paul Harris tore his knee to tore all shit. Quite obviously, I'm going with Ryan LaFleur. Just Mike Pierce hasn't fought in fucking forever.
Yeah, I'm going with LaFleur just because, I don't know, you're never the same after Paul Harris rips one of your fucking limbs off.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is interesting, man. Had this fight happened a year ago or something and Mike Pierce wasn't coming off such a long layoff and an injury, I think I would pick him because I'm actually not extremely impressed with Mr. LaFleur. But, you know, fuck.
Oh, no, wait. No, wait. No one said they were impressed with Ryan LaFleur.
Yeah, well, no, I know. But listen, I'm beating around the bush to go on with you guys. I'm picking dude too, but just because it's been so long, Pierce has been out for so long, I wouldn't be surprised to see Pierce kick his fucking ass, though. But we have no idea what Pierce – fuck, he's coming off a long fucking layoff and a relatively bad injury, so what the fuck, man.
All right. Andrew Reed says, I wonder if Temre, who complained about Aaron's face being hidden, personally, it's a bonus.
Ooh.
Oh, wow, that was creative, Andrew. Go to sleep, you prick. And it's Temre.
Temre, thank you. Temre. All right, sorry about that.
Let's go.
We're moving, goddamn. Next up.
Burn through the card.
I know, right? Joe Lozon versus Evan Dunham. Joe Lozon is the bonus. The guy bleeds. He's probably bleeding right now. And Evan Dunham went from a striker to an exciting striker, to be honest with you, at least a brawler of some kind, to just a boring-ass wrestler in his last fight. I'm going Joe Lozon in the hopes that Evan Dunham gets snuffed, but I'm not very confident in it, but I'm going with Lozon, just because I like Lozon.
Yeah, I think Joe Lozon, although he has the worst nickname in the UFC, I think. J-Lo, really?
Yeah.
I think that he's gonna pull it out. He'll bleed. As soon as he gets touched, he'll bleed out of 4 or 5 holes, but he'll end up choking him out. I'm going Lozon.
You know what, man? I'm gonna go Dunham. I think that maybe he's got enough fucking grappling instinct to keep the fight standing, and Joe can get pieced up, man. He bleeds a lot and he takes a beating well, but I think that maybe Evan Dunham can outstrike him and keep the fight on the outside standing. Plus, you fucking cunts keep picking the same guy, so let's mix it up a bit.
Yeah, this is a strategy. So you end up in 3rd place because we want to see you bald.
Oh, that's happening.
It's not fucking on the option.
Oh, come on, Mister.
It's the only option we're giving you.
Hey, suck my dick. I'm not playing that game. What the fuck?
That is not an option.
Oh, shit.
All right, goddammit. I'm going against you pricks. Fuck you guys. You guys are wrong.
Hey, you know what? I got one. For 3 months, you can't wear any ridiculous clothing. You'd have to go and buy all new clothes.
That's way too subjective because you guys have no fucking taste.
None of your stupid leather jackets, none of your wife beaters, none of your leopard print shirts.
A button-up shirt and a tie.
Oh, for 3 months, you gotta dress like a normal human.
You know what? Just get to the next fight. You pricks have no idea what you're talking about. Wife beaters. I don't know wife beaters.
All right, whatever. Moving on. He fucking assholes. The co-main event, actually, it's a co-main event? Yeah, co-main event. Edson Barboza versus Tony Ferguson. Edson Barboza, the guy that likes to throw spinning shit all the fucking time. And Tony Ferguson is a multi-talented finisher. He can finish you any way he fucking wants to. I'm obviously going Tony Ferguson in this fight. Although, if he even blinks at the wrong time, Edson Barboza could snuff him with a fucking speeding heel kick of any kind. So, but I'm going with Tony Ferguson in this one. I think he's just a smarter fighter.
All right, I will preface this by saying that Edson Barboza is one of my favorite fighters in the UFC, but he's not going to make it past Ferguson. Ferguson's too creative. His defense is too good. He's too athletic, and he's got confidence on his side. I think ever since Barbosa got touched there a couple of times, I think he lacks confidence in himself.
All right.
I love it. I love it. I don't know what it is, but I've never been impressed with Mr. Tony Ferguson, and I think that tonight is the night. Well, not tonight, but that night, fucking Friday night, is the night that Tony Ferguson gets exposed. I think Edson Barboza is going to knock him the fuck out. I think all his little hurt.
Is this the same as all the times that fucking oh man, what's his name? Black kid that you hate.
That guy really
Neil Magny?
Yeah, is this just like all the times that Neil Magny's going to be exposed?
Hey.
Because you've never been impressed with Neil Magny.
And he did get exposed as far as it goes. Damien exposed him.
Oh,
Okay, so you're going Edson Barboza.
Yeah. I'm going Edson Barboza, man. I've never been that impressed with Tony Ferguson. I think he's overrated. I don't think his unique, funky striking style is going to work. I think he's going to get clipped with something nice and straightforward and hard. He's no fucking Connor. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh Jesus!
Here we go. All right.
I was just going to ask you about overhyped. You're one of the biggest fans of one of the guys who is the most overhyped.
Are you out? Okay, we'll get to it. But Jesus Christ, take notice of where these cats are at on the cards, Jack.
All right, fellas, let's get to the main event here. Frankie Edgar versus Chad Mendes, 5-round in the featherweight division. Frankie Edgar, 4-fight win streak over Faber, Swanson, Penn, and Charles Oliveira. Chad Mendes coming off snuffing after a 2-week notice fight versus Conor McGregor. Before that, beat Ricardo Almas via TKO in the first round. Dude, I don't even have to say why. Frankie fucking Edgar's going to win that fight. So
against who? Sainz?
Chad Mendes.
Chad Mendes. Oh, wait a second. What?
Frankie Edgar was Chad Mendes.
Frankie Edgar finds a way to win every fight. I'll bet you this fight's going to be boring as shit, though.
Yeah, you know what, man? I want to pick Chad Mendes because I just am not really a huge Frankie Edgar fan. But fuck, man. I feel like the only way Chad Mendes wins this fight is if he can hurt Frankie and finish him with strikes. And I just really don't see that happening. He's not going to hold Frankie down for 5 fucking rounds. And if they fight on their feet, Frankie is going to get the better of the exchanges. He's going to be on his bicycle. You know, like Aaron said, it probably won't be the most exciting fight in the world, but it's hard to see fucking Frankie, you know, getting knocked out by Chad Mendes. Frankie Edgar by decision all day long.
Yep, pretty much. All right, so that's gonna do it for that fucking fight night card. And of course UFC 194. First fight we're gonna talk about here: Uriah Faber versus Frankie Saenz.
That's the fight I thought we were talking about.
Was that?
That's the fight I thought we were talking about.
Oh, right now?
Before.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk Faber Saenz now.
I do not give a fuck because if there's any fighter that bores me more than Frankie Edgar, it's Uriah Buttkin Faber.
A mean old man. Lord.
Come on. Are you telling? When's the last time you've been excited to see Uriah Faber? I'll tell you the last time I was excited when Mike Brown knocked him the fuck out. That was the last time I was excited.
Christ, settle down. Uriah Faber's not fucking setting the world on fire no more, but he's not exactly fucking GSP either. Just settle down. Who is Frankie Saenz, the guy that like retired?
No. That was the other kid, the 26-year-old, the 25-year-old.
The other Frankie kid or something?
Yeah, Frankie Perez, something like that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Who the fuck is Frankie, whatever the fuck, and why is he fighting Uriah Faber? What special did he do?
Frankie Saenz, didn't he fight somebody good and either got robbed or won and he wasn't supposed to something? I'm remembering that Saenz is better than we're giving him credit for.
Saenz has 3-fight win streak in the UFC. Wins over Nolan Tickman, Yuri Alcantara, and Serwan Kakai.
It's the Alcantara win probably then that's got him fighting Uriah Faber. How did he win that fight? By a decision?
That fight was by decision, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Uriah's going to snuff this kid. I mean, come on. Uriah doesn't lose in non-title fights, Jack.
Yeah, I got Faber via holy shit, I'm bored to death. What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, but your Faber's going to win. I don't know.
Now, Faber's going to get the finish. He's going to get the finish.
No way.
No, it's gonna be a decision, I think.
No.
But
Uriah Faber, it almost gives me a headache watching him fight. His style, honestly, since WEC has not translated well, and he's not gotten any better. He's herky fucking jerky. He's here and there. He never sits down on any of his punches. I don't give a shit. It's going to be a 15-minute affair. I guarantee it.
all right. Everyone's picking Faber then. Next fight: John Makdessi versus Yancy Medeiros. John Makdessi was supposed to have retired after Cerrone knocked his jaw off, right? And
He mentioned it.
He said, "No, he didn't come out and officially retire. He said, motherfucker."
Anyway, losing via head kick TKO to Donald Cerrone. And of course, Yancy Medeiros coming off a loss to Dustin Poirier, first round TKO. I like Yancy Medeiros in this fight, although Makdessi does hit pretty hard, but I'm taking Medeiros in this one.
Why? Tell me why.
Because I don't like John Makdessi, straight up.
So it's like a personal thing? There's like no...
Not personal. I just don't like John Makdessi. I don't know. Something about that dude annoys me.
I'll tell you what. The reason why I'm going to go against Yancy is that out of the boys from Hawaii right now, Max Holloway and Yancy Medeiros is the weak sister. I think Makdessi is tough and durable, and Yancy Medeiros is no fucking Cowboy Cerrone. I think Makdessi's going to tune him up.
All right. Kirby?
I completely agree with Aaron on this one, man. I think that, getting snuffed out by Cerrone, as much as I like to give him shit, he is a pretty devastating striker. There's no fucking real harm in that. I think Medeiros has been finished in the first round a couple times in the past, and Makdessi is a fucking pretty creative striker, so, like, that doesn't bode well for the Hawaiian. The weak sister Hawaiian.
The weak sister.
Am I wrong? I mean,
No, you're right. I mean,
come on.
Not to be a dick, but you are right. Especially with Max Holloway shining like he is. Like, dude is low key,
All right. A couple tweets here. Mike Jarv says, if talking about Frankie versus Chad, if it's a Frankie we saw against Faber, then I can see Chad winning, but I'm picking Frankie. Then he says, the minute Faber said he didn't UFC gold, they should have cut him.
I think they didn't win. I think he meant win. He didn't win UFC gold. They should have cut him.
Yeah, probably. Okay. All right, next fight. Kevin Lee versus Leonardo Santos. Kevin Lee owns a 4-fight win streak, wins over Jesse Ronson, John Tuck, Mikael Prazeres, and James Muntasri. Kevin Lee's a bad motherfucker. Leonardo Santos, of course, is fuck you, sure, Doc, we're going slow. 2-fight win streak, one win over Efrain Escudero, whatever you want to put value on that one, and Tony Martin. And of course he okay, you know what? I'm picking Kevin Lee, not only because Kevin Lee's a bad motherfucker, but because Santos had a draw against Norman Park. How you don't beat Norman Park bothers me.
Jesus Christ, yeah, Motown phenom all the way. He is a talent. He's young, he's cocky, he's very strong, he's a great athlete. I don't think he's developed into what he will be yet.
Exactly. I think I'm really interested to see this fight just to see what his progression's like, because I think that dude's got a lot of upside, and definitely I think he wins this fight. It's just a matter of like how impressive he looks doing it.
Oh, Mike cleared it up. He said the minute Faber said he didn't need UFC gold, they should have cut him.
Oh.
And, I agree with that as well. Anyway.
Okay, hold on. Quickly.
What?
Mike, no. It's a fucking horrible idea, okay? For all the bullshit that we say or whatever we say about Uriah Faber on the show, the dude's still a megastar, and the last thing you want is that cocksucker fucking taking his big butt chin to Bellator and shackling up with Scott Coker. You keep his funny ass on the prelims, free TV, selling fights. They know what they're doing.
I like how Uriah Faber keeps coming out and going, no, I like to be on the free card. That's right, give the people the free fights. Fuck you. You couldn't put a fucking butt in a seat if you tried. You asked your fucking family to show up to a fight.
Not true.
What?
It's not true. Fucking Uriah Faber has a fan base. He's a popular fighter.
All right. I'm not. You know what? We got too much to talk about.
Okay.
You and your fucking silly head.
All right. Next fight: Warley Alves against Colby Covington. Both fighters are undefeated. Warley Alves has a 3-fight win streak.
Let's be honest. Warley Alves is not undefeated. He lost to Alan Jouban.
100%. Somehow he got away with that.
Colby Covington is a wrestle fucking wonder, but he is truly undefeated.
Who are you taking in this fight?
Chaos.
All right. What about you, Fred?
Walry. I am not picking fucking Colby Covington.
You go. You going Warley?
Indeed.
Right. Aaron's going Covington, and I am as well. All right. Sorry, I'm typing all this shit out. All right, next fight.
He's gonna wrestle fuck him.
That's what I agree with you on that. It's gonna be a very boring fight because Warley, I don't think he has any kind of takedown defense whatsoever. Hopefully, he's been working on it. Okay, and then Fred wants to talk about Tisha Torres versus who?
A newcomer.
What's her name? Jocelyn Jones Libarger.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight.
All right, let me pull up a couple things here on Miss Libarger. 6-1. Okay, comes out of RFA.
Her nickname is a chick out of the crowd.
She should actually come out of the crowd and fight. Tisha Torres is she fucking undefeated? Yes, she is. Okay. Tisha Torres is undefeated. 2-fight win streak. Oh, Jesus. Against Angela Magana and Angela Hill.
That's a murderer's row.
God damn, that's not much pedigree right there.
Also beat Felice Herrig, Rosna Majunas, Paige Van Zant, and Kayana Rain. All her wins are by decision, by the way.
God damn. Either way, this fight's going to be boring. Who gives a shit?
I'm taking Torres.
Tisha Torres by 15 tedious minutes if I don't have enough power to knock my opponent out.
Yeah. True enough.
Oh, this is going to be an awful fucking fight. Seriously, and I hate to say it.
You know how Tisha's going to do? She's going to have good defense, and then she's going to flurry up on her tiptoes and do a little fancy flurry with her big old ab muscles and her delts.
Hopefully this other chick is some fucking phenom that we've never heard of, and she just comes in and snuffs out the brisk gust of the wind that is Tisha Torres.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and then moving on here, talking about what was the other fight you want to talk about, dude? Do you want to talk about Court McGee?
Who?
Kirby put that down on here.
Court McGee's fucking coming back. He's fucking making a return. I just fucking made a note of it. And somebody else.
I'm concerned. I'm concerned about Mr. McGee making a comeback. He was too young in a career that wasn't all that fantastical to take off such a long period of time. Who is he fighting? He
is fighting Masio Alexander Jr., a.k.a. the guy everyone wants to name Lyoto Machida. He fights like Lyoto, basically. Court McGee hasn't fought since 2013 when he lost the decision to Ryan LaFleur. That's a long ass time to be gone.
Damn. A 2-year layoff after losing to Ryan LaFleur? Yeah. I'm going to go with the Baby Dragon.
Yep. I'm going Marshall as well. Even then, I don't know. I don't even know if we should fucking count this fight, but all right. Okay, finally we're getting into the main card for 194. Wow, excuse me. Starting off with Max Holloway against Jeremy Stephens. Not a hard pick for me. Max Holloway. Jeremy Stephens is just praying he can land a knee on Holloway's face, but it's not going to happen. Holloway's winning.
Little Heathen ain't what he used to be, and Max Holloway is a talent. Unless there is a Hail Mary shot from, is that what his name is? Little Heathen?
Yeah, Little Heathen. Yeah.
Unless there's a Hail Mary lucky shot, and he stuns Holloway and gets all over him, I don't see Max losing this fight anywhere. I don't see him losing it on the ground. I don't see him losing it on the feet.
I'll tell you this, man. I don't think this fight will go to the ground at all. And I do think that Max Holloway is a better striker and a lot more technical. But I do think that Jeremy Stephens has a noted power advantage. Every time I think about him, I just think about him snuffing RDA with that fucking head kick, I think, or something. And it just, I don't know, man. I'm going to pick Holloway, but I will be very intrigued in that first round because Jeremy Stephens packs a lot of fucking power, and he only really needs to connect with one shot, and he might fucking sleep Holloway.
And I will wins this. If I was Holloway, I would keep it on the feet and stay slick because if I remember correctly, it is very, very difficult to submit Jeremy Stephens.
He's good, man. Jeremy Stephens is very underrated. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I think that Holloway will definitely need to be on his P's and Q's. I think he can win this fight for sure, but he'll need to be very careful.
Did you just say Max Holloway is going to have to be on his pints and quarts? Do you mean mind his P's and Q's?
Mine's on, what are you, the English teacher? Yeah, man. That motherfucker's going to be, you're going to have to be careful.
Pints and quarts. Matt, you need to stop using sayings that you don't know what the fuck they
Hey,
mean.
man, who the fuck even knew what P's and Q's stood for? Pints and quarts. What the fuck?
All right. Let's move on here to the next fight. You're taking Holloway, right, Kirby?
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Next fight. This one might go to the ground. It might be more entertaining there than on the feet. Damian Maia against Gunnar Nelson. Damian Maia has a 3-fight win streak over Magny LaFleur. Apparently, LaFleur's fought everybody in this fucking card. Alexander Yakovlev. And Gunnar Nelson just coming up win over Brandon Thatch via rear naked choke. But Brandon Thatch, who has no ground game to speak of. This is going to be a fun fucking fight. And for me, it's kind of a hard pick. But I'm going to take Damian Maia, even though he is 38 years old. But I'm taking Damian Maia by, I don't know, whatever the fuck, decision or something.
I am going to go with Gunnar.
All right.
For reasons all of my own.
He's got nothing. Kirby, who you got?
Yeah, I got nothing.
You know what, man? I'm going to go with Gunnar, too, man.
Nelson,
I love Damian Maia, too, and I think that Damian can definitely win the fight, but he really needs the fight to go a very specific direction to win. He has to engage and force a grappling fight. And even in the grappling fight, I think that Gunnar stands a chance. I think that Damian's obviously a more decorated and probably a better pure grappler, but Gunnar has a lot more diverse striking style. And I think he's a good enough grappler to at least compete with Maia on the ground and not just get completely wrapped up.
What are you going with, friend?
Gunnar. I don't think I think he can finish him, actually. If he can keep it on the feet, man, he's a very underrated striker. He's got some pretty slick karate. I think that if Damian can't force a grappling battle, Gunnar could very well knock Maia out. But I'm picking him for the win.
All right, so you two are going Nelson, I'm going Maia. All right, next fight. 36-year-old Jacare Ronaldo Salsa against 38-year-old Soldier of God, Yoel Romero.
Gay Jesus.
Yeah, Gay Jesus is back. He's got a 6-fight win streak over Clifford Starks, Ronnie Marks, Derek Brunson, Brad Tavares, Tim Kennedy, and Lyoto Machida via knockout in the 3rd round. Meanwhile, Jacare has his own fucking 7 or 8-fight win streak. Actually, let's just stay with the UFC ones. 5-fight win streak in the UFC. Chris Camozzi, Yushin Okami, Francis Carmont, Gegard Mousasi, and Chris Camozzi again, who I think came in last second for whoever the fuck got hurt. He actually came in for Yoel Romero, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think so. Yeah, he did. Yep.
Anyway, so we finally get this fucking fight between Jacare and Yoel. I like Jacare in this fight, even though Yoel Romero looks like a fucking beast, especially after the winner over Machida. But I also remember the stool incident where Yoel Romero's corner had to cheat to get him a few more seconds to breathe.
Do you mean the stool incident where he sat on the stool or when he shit
himself? The one where he sat on the stool for too long. The one where he shit himself was just funny and really gross, but funny. But I'm going to take Jacare in this fight.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, man. I actually was going to point to that too, man. He almost got finished by the Hitler Hunter. I think that Yoel Romero will be very dangerous for the first 3 or 4 minutes of this fight. Maybe even the first round. But after that, it's Jacare's fight. Yoel Romero is a Olympic fucking medal winner in freestyle wrestling, if I'm not mistaken. But I still think that Jacare will eventually be able to drag him to the ground, and in that department, Jacare will own him and eventually submit him in the 2nd or 3rd round.
Now, I honestly think that Yoel Romero won that fight against Tim Kennedy simply because he got the extra time on the stool. Kennedy more or less had him knocked out at the end of the 2nd round.
That was a fucking fun fight, though. He did get knocked out afterwards.
Oh, yeah, it was a fucking great fight, guaranteed. And I don't like Tim Kennedy at all. That was probably my favorite fight I've ever seen him in. But I do think that here's the thing. Yoel Romero is just kind of like this raw force of nature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He hits hard, he swings hard, he's a beaster. Jacare's got more skill, and usually I pick skill over power. So I think Jacare will get him. I think that he'll submit him.
Yeah,
come second round.
Yeah, I think if Yoel does win the fight, he'll win it in the first 2 or 3 minutes, which is a big fucking clubbing shot because, like you said, the guy's so fucking powerful. anybody has to be careful with that dude. But the later the fight goes on, the more fucked he becomes.
Yep, 100%. All right, moving on here to the co-main event of the evening for the middleweight title. Chris Weidman against Luke Rockhold. Chris Weidman has beat Damian Maia, Tom Lawler, Mark Munoz, Anderson Silva, Lyoto Machida, and Vitor Belfort. But Rockhold makes the point he's beating a bunch of old Brazilians. Rockhold is on a 4-fight win streak. Costas Philippou, Tim Bosch, Michael Bisping, and Lyoto Machida. I'm taking Luke Rockhold. I just think he has just enough to beat Weidman. I don't think he's gonna knock him out. But I think the reason I'm doing this, I saw Weidman shadow box in a video on Facebook the other night, and he was slightly better than Ronda Rousey in shadow boxing. So and look, that's he's coming out of Ray Longo. No, I would normally be like, okay, yeah, Weidman, but Luke Rockhold I think is a lot sharper on the feet. I'm a little nervous about his ground game, a little bit, but he's wrestling with DC and Kane. But I'm going to take Luke Rockhold in a close decision win.
I'm going to go with Luke Rockhold, and I think he's going to – this would be my guess, and this is just from watching him from prior days, his old fights. He is a fucking athlete.
Yep.
That's one of those guys, skateboards, surfs, you know, the whole 9 yards. The guy's just an athlete through and through. And sometimes those athletic guys are just a step above other fighters. And besides that, he's got that mean streak that you guys know I like. He's kind of a cocky prick, where to me, you know, Weidman is very good. He was predicted to take out Anderson Silva, and he did. But I don't see him being the title holder long. I think this is it for him.
Yeah, but, you know, man, the thing with Weidman is, especially with this fight, I wonder if he can hold Luke Rockhold down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder. I know he'll get the takedown, but Luke is big and fucking strong for 85, man. And actually, I think that his jiu-jitsu is a little underrated. He always talks about how good his jiu-jitsu is. And if you notice in fights, man, he submitted Tim Boach, right?
Yeah.
With a gnarly kind of fucking Kimura,
like
I think, or something.
an inverted Kimura or triangle. It was some weird ass shit.
It was kind of just on some beast mode shit too,
Yeah.
man. He's very big and strong, and he's definitely a good striker. Fucking, he uses his range very well. He's lengthy and tall. It's hard to envision a win for Chris Weidman, but the problem with that is I've been like that in most of these fights. Going into the Machida fight, I kind of thought Chris isn't going to be able to wrestle fuck him, and eventually Machida will win that striking battle.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't. You know, he kind of outstruck Anderson twice. He fucking took Vitor down and killed him. So I'm picking Luke Rockhold too, man, because it seems like stylistically it's not a great matchup for Chris Weidman. But I tell you what, if he can eat some kicks and take him down and fucking finish Luke Rockhold, I will. This will be the last time I pick against Chris Weidman.
We've talked about this off air, Fred. If he gets past Rockhold, then Weidman. I'm guessing it's the Weidman era. We better sit back and get used to this fucker.
It has to be.
Pretty much. Although he, what was it? In the embedded, he said he was 189 pounds. That weight cut's not going to kill him, but he's also not going to be that big come fight night. So Rockhold's going to have the size and the strength advantage, I think.
Rockhold's a big son of a bitch. All right, let's get this over with.
All right, the main event of the evening, the featherweight title. Everyone's talking about it, saying it's the biggest fight in the featherweight division ever. They're probably right, but whatever.
Maybe that division.
That division. That's what I'm saying. That division. Jose Aldo against Conor McGregor to unify the titles. Jose Aldo, obviously, we know this guy hasn't lost in 10 years. Beat guys like Cub Swanson, Uriah Faber. Left his leg looking like complete shit. Ken Flo, Chad Mendes, Frankie Edgar.
Ryan LaFleur.
Ryan LaFleur. Ryan. Yeah, I feel bad for that son of a bitch at this point. He's lost to everybody. Ricardo Lama, Chad Mendes, all those guys. So, Conor McGregor, meanwhile, coming off a win over Chad Mendes, he beat Dennis Seaver, Dustin Poirier, okay, Diego Brandao, Max Holloway, Marcus Brivage. I'm gonna say this is how I think it's gonna go. Jose Aldo's gonna chop him down with leg kicks, take his ass down, and choke him out. That's my prediction. Second round finish for Jose Aldo, and people are gonna hate on me for it. I don't give a fuck, but I'm taking Jose in that one.
That's exactly what I'm going for. That wide-ass stance of Conor leaves him open for those chopping leg kicks. We all saw what he did to Uriah. no matter if he's the old lion or not, right now most of what we think about Conor is from his little Facebook posts and what he has to say to Jimmy Kimmel.
Yep.
Jose Aldo has proven it over a decade, and he is no, what's his name, Renan Barão. Jose Aldo, I remember watching Jose in the WEC and being fucking legitimately scared for his opponents.
Yep.
I think that he's still got the fight. The only thing that makes me nervous about them is now, I don't know if he's feeding this out so people buy into this or what, but I've heard little chirping that he's going to retire, win, lose, or draw after this fight. I don't like that when a fighter goes in with that fucking mentality. They're 1 foot out the door. That's some bad bullshit. But I do think that if he implements his game for even 1 round against Conor, Conor won't be able to, because Conor's whole game is predicated on movement. And you get a couple of those real good chopping leg kicks on the inside of your leg, it's going to be hard to move like that. And even a tired bullshit Chad Mendes took him down at will.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I'm going with the old lion just because I like Aldo. And it has nothing to do with me not liking Conor McGregor. I just don't think he's ready for Aldo yet. And I think that he's got himself believing some bullshit about himself. And we saw what happened with old Ronda Rousey when you believe you're that person.
Yep.
Okay, so listen, we all know I'm a fucking Conor nut hugger, but I'm going to push all that to the side for a minute here, and I'm going to be serious about this fight. I will give you guys this. The other day I was on Facebook, man, and somebody shared a post, and it was just a highlight reel for Jose Aldo, and it showed all kinds of shit from his early career with him fucking like gangster stomping fucking people in old Valley Tudo fights, and I'm talking about fights with no gloves on, Jack.
Yeah, like when he's stomping motherfuckers' heads in?
Yeah, literally, like old school Brazil fucking Valley Tudo fights. No rules, no gloves. So you guys are absolutely right. All bullshit aside, Jose Aldo is probably pound for pound the second best fighter in the sport. No doubt about it. A very, very dangerous man. And I will say this. This is the one thing that legit worries me about this fight. And it's ironic because it's one of the things that I really enjoy about Conor is his showboating. You know, when the fight started with Chad Mendes, going into that fight, that was a big fight, and Chad Mendes was a very credible opponent. He ran right at him with his hands up with a fucking huge shit-eating grin on his face. And even in that moment, we all know that Chad Mendes punches very hard. I'm like, Conor, get your fucking hands up before this little prick fucks around and lands a fucking bomb on you. That makes me nervous. I do not think that will be a good idea to do with Jose Aldo. I'll
tell you why. Cub Swanson.
Yep.
Exactly. And Jose's no joke. Chad is a dangerous opponent, and he punches hard, but Jose's another animal. He's got the fucking crazy leg kicks. He's got he's explosive. You know what I mean? He does have the strikes to fucking snuff Conor. Conor's big for the division, and I think he can take a good shot, but he needn't be cute with Jose in that first round. Now, that being said, if he doesn't come out with his fucking hands up and going nuts, I do think that the perfect counter for the leg kicks that you guys allude to is a fucking hard, straight left or right down the pike.
Mm-hmm. Right. And now, Mike Jarvis just said that too. Now,
exactly.
You don't take a fighter who's been winning for 10 years and imagine that they don't know that little piece of information that all of us shitbirds know too, right?
I agree with that, but that doesn't mean that Conor's not very good and long and lengthy for the division. And listen, Jose may have not fought a guy that has that reach. We don't know. That's what makes it interesting. Maybe Jose lands those leg kicks, and maybe he gets his fucking nose broke on the first exchange going for a lazy leg kick, and Conor fucking strikes the shit out of him. Or maybe the movement is good for Conor and Jose's a little slow. Listen,
I'll tell you, it's just like what Mike Jarvis said, and I agree with you. Conor hits like a truck. He's very durable. This is a fight of who gets their game going. If Aldo controls the pace and gets his game going and throws Conor off his shit and hurts him a little, because I don't think Conor deals with being hurt very well. So if he hurts him a little, bleeding a little, cut a little, leg hurt a little, limpy, you know, all right, fuck him up for a couple of rounds. I don't think Conor comes back. Conor lands one of them big fucking straight lefts down the pipe, knocks his fucking screws loose. Well, we see a unified champion that's fucking Irish. But who gives a shit? Point is, two of us say fucking Aldo, you say Connor, no big fucking surprise. Lottie-dottie, are we talking about any other shit tonight? Because I got other fucking shit to do.
Yeah, well, real quick, let me catch up on tweets here. Plain old Gary says he's going with salsa provided there's no stool.
Who's salsa?
Jacare?
Salsa.
Is that like salsa?
S-O-U-Z-A. But Mike Jarvis says Wyman will fall Saturday night. Here's Mike on that we were talking right now. Aldo tries to leg kick and eats little left. Little birdies appear above his head, and Connor spin kicks him in the head.
I'm going to show you. Whenever a Brit is talking about Conor McGregor, I'm going to show you the impression I have of them. Oh.
All right. So that's going to do it for our we'll talk about the 3 cards that are coming up this weekend. I have our picks saved right here on my computer, and we will revisit them post UFC 194. All right, a couple other things we can talk about here. Ronda Rousey's not switching coaches. She's staying with Edmund. Reactions, gentlemen.
Oh my God.
I'll be honest with you. I was slightly surprised. I thought that she would switch camps or switch up something. I mean, it doesn't seem like that's working. So,
didn't I tell you fuckers that she's done? She's done.
She's done.
She's done. Her fight career's done. She's like a fucking meteor. She fucking flew high and she flew bright.
What do you mean by done? She'll never fight again or she'll never win again?
Here's the thing. Right now she's saying that she has 6 months before she can bite an apple, let alone take a strike. That's exactly what a piss-poor striker needs, is some time off from the gym. When is she going to... Because Dana White's like, no matter what, I'm giving her the fucking rematch. She's a goddamn cash cow. Fuck it. We got to give her the rematch. When? So you're going to hold up the whole fucking division so she can get her ass whipped again? Let's stop with this shit. She got exposed in a fucking major way. That was no accidental bullshit. She got fucking beat pillar to post. And I don't give a shit if she was exhausted or she just took it up the ass from fucking Travis the night before. That was an embarrassing loss. There is no reason to give her a fucking rematch right now. Don't hold up the division, Dana White, you big bald prick. Let's see somebody else, and let's give Ronda a fucking year to decide if she wants to come back.
Yeah, and she said herself, she said if she comes back and fights Holly Holm, she has to beat her. If she wins, continues. She loses to Holly Holm, then it's all really over. She said that herself.
Then she's already done. If there's a caveat to you fighting, you're fucking done.
It's over.
Go be an Expendables 4, straight to DVD.
If she can be ready by UFC 200, that excites me. That's like a loser leave town match forever.
UFC 200 is in July. She can't even, according to her, she won't be able to chew an apple for 3 to 6 months.
Oh man, what does that even mean, man?
I'll bet you Travis Brown is sad about her facial injuries.
100%, dude.
But that was a fucking quote from an interview that nobody's really read yet, man. I think that was preluded by something else about her being really sad.
Oh yeah, no. That was because her teeth are fucking loose from getting head fucking kicked, dude. That's what that's about.
Her teeth are loose from the ass beating she took.
Yeah, she's fucked up.
That's rough. That's rough. If your fucking teeth aren't rooted in your head no more, that's an ass beating. Anyways, what do we care? This is all speculation. We're still talking about 194. Why do we care about Ronda Rousey? She's not fighting. She already lost. Fuck her.
It's just a stupid move to keep Edmund.
Yeah, it is a stupid move. Super stupid move.
Stupid move to be there in the first place. What else we got?
All right. Well, then fuck it. We want to keep it. Oh, wait. White House just responded to the Diaz petition. Ha! Ha! Okay. This is the White House statement on the Nick Diaz petition. The federal government plays no role in the disciplinary actions taken by state athletic commissions, so we are not in a position to address the specific request raised in your petition. So it's a big fuck you from the White House to everybody.
Yeah, listen, for all you Twitter people out there that we interact with in the MMA fucking stratosphere, I love all you guys, and I don't mean to be an asshole when I say this, but of course, you think the fucking federal government gives a motherfuck about a hashtag Nick Diaz? They're like, what's this? Excuse me? Smoke pot, shitbird.
Who the fuck is Nick Diaz? Is that some goddamn immigrant trying to get over the border? Send him back to Mexico, motherfucker. Diaz.
Seriously, they don't give a fuck about that shit.
Watch Nick Diaz being
I will tell you this. The fucking power that we have on social media, if we put our minds together to be positive, is fucking amazing. But we do it for Nick Diaz? Oh my God! I fucking weep for the future of this world.
Yeah, it's fucking sad. Okay, then this is the last thing here on the show before we close down for the night. Okay, winner who fights for the featherweight title next? Regardless of who wins between Aldo and McGregor. Frankie Edgar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then that was.
No, wait. You know what? I guess it depends. If McGregor wins, I think they do the automatic rematch with Aldo. They have to. So
I honestly do think if Aldo loses, he retires.
You think so?
I think too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And Conor will eat that shit up. He retired the Kings.
I know I will. Y'all better hope he don't retire Aldo. Y'all better just quit the show. I'm gonna fucking love it.
All right, so we got.
You know what? If Fred wins, I do quit the show. That's my bet. I'm gonna quit the show.
It's a loser leaves town for the show.
Yeah,
oh,
I'm quit the show for 6 months because I literally will not be able to stand his gnarly ass for that long.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got a couple more days to figure out what the bet's going to be. If you have any suggestions, hit us up on Twitter. Fred is over at Kirby_MMA. Doc is at Doc middle finger. Fuck you. Apparently. You can hit me up at Elaw31. Pages at Crossroads MMA.
It's Doc_Robbins MMA. But really, does anyone after watching the show want to interact with me?
I tell you what, after this show, I would interact with you. I'd say, fucking stop being such a miserable cunt. Where do you got to be?
None of your fucking business.
All right. And you can tweet to the Keyboard Warriors Twitter at Keyboard MMA. Real quick, any musings plans? Shows planned this week?
We're going to record tomorrow. We have no idea what it's going to be about because we never do. We don't plan that show. I'm just like, hey, Andrew. Hey, Fred, how's it going? What are you talking about? I don't know. Let's just have a conversation. And believe it or not, people listen to our fucking Skype conversations.
There you go. All right.
Lawyers, that's what it is, I think.
Yeah, man, look, it's fun. I enjoy your show. So, all right, fellas. Thanks for watching, everybody. Mike, plain old Gary, Andy. I know Andy's probably still watching unless he passed out by now. Adam, everybody else, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next week.